Welcome to the show where the real ones ride. From the Browns to the block, we bring that pride. No cap, no spin, just talk that hits. From downtown lights to the Lake Erie grid. Steam rises high off the Cuyahoga flame. In the city of work, we don't play no games. Skyline whispers stories of hustle and grind. Cleveland's heartbeat never falls behind. It's 216, where the voices collide. Holding it down like a tide won't subside. No fluff, just fire. This truth takes flight. Let's get to the facts. Yeah, starting tonight.
Oh. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Let's Get to the Facts podcast. I am your host, Doss. I'm here with my man, Coach Shot, like we always do every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all already know we get into it. We talk about politics. We talk about sports. We talk about entertainment. We talk about everything. Before we get through our show, I always got to do our sponsors. You know,
Yes,
Let's Get to the Facts is sponsored by No More Struggling Entertainment. It is also sponsored by the Original Bownuts, and it is sponsored by Opium Clothing Line. All right, so we got a lot to talk about, y'all.
sir.
It's a lot. So what's up, Coach, man? How you doing? All right, so first, how was your weekend? Because I already know you feeling some type of way, man.
Man, all my teams lost. So, but at the end, we here. You know what I'm saying? We woke up, so I guess everything's all right. You know what I'm saying? But,
yep. All right, so I was waiting on this. We got a special guest, like I told y'all. She goes by the name of Psych Nurse Diva. If you've watched her, she is hilarious, but she's very intellectual, especially on the Kevin Stefanski Cleveland Browns thing. Let me bring her to the stage. What's going on? How you doing?
Hi, guys.
Hey, how you?
Okay.
I am good.
So it's Manira.
Perfect.
Hey, there we go. Like I said, I know her as Psych Nurse Diva, and I called her. I started watching her on TikTok, and when I started, it caught me off because she was going in on Kevin Stefanski. She does not like this man, just like most of us though. I just love the take. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Yes. Okay. So we getting into. I don't know. I know you out in Texas.
Yes.
So I don't know how much college sports you follow, but my man Coach Shot right here, he is we are Ohio State fans. Now Ohio State took an L, so we was just checking in on my coach, see how he doing. So how you doing, Coach, man? How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. The L hurt. Got a lot to say about how the game went down and what should have, could have been, especially with all these. I kind of said it on my Facebook, man. With all these smart, the smartest guy in the room type comment, man. These coaches just want to be the smartest person in the room instead of just taking the easy points.
Yes, talking about that first time they should have went for a field goal.
Yeah. Or don't try a quarterback sneak with your quarterback that's built like a 21-year-old girl. You're not going. I'm just saying, Julius saying is not built like, you know what I'm saying. He's not your, you know what I'm saying. He's not. You know what I'm saying. If I'm gonna go for a quarterback sneak, I'm gonna put in Kingholz, who was like 6'3", 6'4", 200 plus to do a QB sneak. They didn't learn anything from the previous game when he tried to do a QB sneak at the goal line and fell short. They ran it back again. Yes. I'm not running it back with him. One time you showed me enough, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I just, they should kick the field goal, and then when you did kick the field goal, you missed the field goal.
And
You know what I'm
they showed
saying?
that dude at pregame. He was kicking from like inside the end zone from the side of the field goal. He was making it curve into the goalpost.
Yeah, and he tried to curve down. He thought he was on the sideline again because he curved that motherfucker. He missed
Yeah.
it again. So no, man, like put it this way, man. After when he had kicked the field goal to go, I think it was to go 10 to make it 10, whatever, 10-3 or whatever the score was.
Right.
He almost missed that one. So I already knew he was shaky. It was a
Okay.
close make. Very
Right.
close make. But overall, man, like I feel like Brian, I don't know what kind of game plan they had. The offensive line got battered, beaten, and bruised. It was a lot of holding on Indiana side. The refs ain't throw no flags. That
They
kind
let him
of
play. They let him play
they
for
let them
sure.
play, but my dude Kenyatta Jackson was getting abused, man. He got tackled like by two offensive linemen right in front of the ref, no flags. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's some stuff where you can let them play, but dude, you really let them play then because like you ain't do nothing.
Yeah. I was disappointed in the Buckeyes, man, but it's playoffs. So you know what
Yeah,
time it is. It's time for them to turn it up.
yeah,
All right. So let's go ahead, man. Let's get into the Browns recap. So, all right, Miss Psych Nurse Diva, did you get a chance to watch the game?
Baby, I was live and present. The aunties were in the building.
Hey,
oh,
okay, that's what
okay.
I'm talking about. So let's get your recap on this first. What did you
Okay.
see? What did you like? What didn't you like? Offensive, defensively, special teams, everything.
Okay. So, first of all, I do not care for Kevin at all. I think
Exactly.
he's a narcissist. And because he is a narcissist, he can only see and hear his own voice and what it is he wants to do. Somewhere in that dweeble mind of his, he honestly believes that the things he is doing, as far as his team is concerned, are really working to the best of the functionality. I don't think he really has a clear concept of a team concept. But something
Okay.
that I recognized while I was in Cleveland is that it's not just with Kevin Stefanski. We are talking about a community who has grown accustomed to losing. So the presence of a rookie wonderkin, it is not just Kevin Stefanski who's having an issue in understanding and accepting it. It's the community at large. But I will say this, that he um, he continues to prove to us that Shedeur Sanders is who Shedeur Sanders says he is. And Jesus Christ, I swear to God, when you're trying to do something, folks be bothering you. Shedeur's performance yesterday showed us one, Kevin Stefanski is incompetent. Kevin Stefanski can't call a play to save his life. Some of the things that he does, it's not even about performance as it is. It just does not make methodical sense.
Right.
You have a collection of players who are able to do a lot of things. The problem with that is that Kevin Stefanski is afraid, and he shows this. He's afraid that if all of those dynamics come together, the possibility of having a team that really moves in fluidity and synchronicity is going to outshine these color by numbers granimal plays that he does. He
Yeah.
does something that, you know, I don't like to go the sexist route, but even as women, we're looking at him like, what? This whole
You,
wildcat, I don't
you
even see
know
them
what's
doing
so
wildcat in
interesting?
public.
What's
I mean,
so
we're
interesting is
sir.
I don't mean to cut you off. What's so interesting is I've noticed with my posts that I've been posting on TikTok, I have an influx of women football fans who are like so bought into this Shador Sanders movement It is crazy. I don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're fine, sweetheart. And I'm glad that you spoke on that because it's a segue to what I'm going to say. That is the other thing. It was one thing when, football was just about the fellas getting together in their man caves and, meeting at Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings and talking shop. Once the women entered the chat, then it became a problem. But it became very problematic because the difference in how we comprehend is very evident. Men are very visual and practical creatures. Women are very methodical, analytical, and strategic creatures. So when we look at things from the basis of not just today, we're looking long term. Most of the men, when they start talking about football, they're talking about downs and they're talking about the game. And we're talking about, whoa. No, you're not getting ready to send our nephew in there and tear him up. He's got 17 more games to play. I need you to come with something that is going to work, not just for today's game, but we got to play every other game afterwards. But the other thing is, we, the internet aunties, we have been vested since this baby was born. We've been watching Shedeur play football since he was 4 years old. We didn't just jump on a bandwagon because his daddy is Coach Prime. And the truth of the matter is, never mind who Shedeur's father is. Let us pay attention to the fact that Shedeur Sanders is a developed and talented football player in his own right. His father is not a quarterback. His father was a two-way offensive player. He was return specialist and a cornerback and was gifted in both of those. But Shedeur is a quarterback. Two different positions. Two totally different positions.
Definitely. Okay. Go ahead, Coach.
I don't got shit to say, Coach.
Hey,
nail on the head, Coach. Like, I'm just over here nodding with her, like, damn.
Hey,
don't be mad, Coach. That's usually the reaction I get on my page when men come over to my page. But you guys would like to know this. My follower base, it is predominantly men.
Yeah.
My page
I've
is
seen
56,
it. I've seen it. Yeah.
56% men follow me, and the other are women. Now, don't get it twisted. The aunties are in the building. We in the building behind the keyboard, and we in the building on planes, trains, and automobiles. We flying in and out of Boulder, Jacksonville, Tampa, Baltimore, Arizona, Cleveland, wherever the nephews are, we are here for it.
The haters already jumping in here. They saying the lies you tell, ain't nobody, y'all ain't been watching him since he was a kid. The haters already jumping in the chat. They gonna come with it. They gonna come with it.
And it doesn't matter. I love engagement. So here's the tea on that. Google is free, and so is YouTube, unless you subscribe to YouTube Premium. And anything and everything you would like to know and see about Shedeur Sanders and the other 4 Sanders siblings, you can go to YouTube. All of their reality shows are all over YouTube. So there is that. But the other thing is, we don't have to do bandwagon. We don't have to do bandwagon. The whole thing in terms of anybody who is an internet auntie or uncle or cousin is the fact that Shedeur set out to change the culture. And he did that. He has amassed in a little of under 4 years the ability to take our community and bring us back to what we used to do, which was the village concept. One band, one sound. We supported one another. We showed up for one another. We defended and took care of each other. And that is the culture that he has implemented. And I know that his righteousness and his light irritates the demons of the people who can't understand what it is that he is doing. But here's the tea on that. It's not for them to understand. This was an assignment given to him by God. He is listening and following it. And he is showing love, support, and engagement to the community in which he was born and supported by. And if they got a problem with it, they can go play in grass or go play with their mama. We don't care.
You heard her. She said, go play in grass, go touch grass. Saying there's one person here was like, if we don't appreciate their opinion or whatever, we're glazing him or whatever. I'm not listening to nothing he's saying. I am gonna tell you this. You got the aunties jumping in on our chats, like they are going crazy right now.
Like I'm looking
they are jumping in like crazy. Check them out, get them on the YouTube. They
I see them. They go ham. They checking in. I got one from a CU auntie in the house. They go
Exactly.
crazy. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
but
Yes, because it is not. This is the thing. We're not glazing. All of
exactly.
us, all of us has been somebody's son, brother, uncle, aunt, daughter, sister. We know what
Mhm.
it's like on Friday nights for everybody to get off work. We got on the same shirt with the same little ugly kid face on it. We got pom poms in our hand. We spending $400 at the concession stand, and we gonna
Mhm.
be there for Pookie's game. Shador Sanders has brought that reality to a global stage. And the fact that our community has grasped and embraced something that has culturally been ours for a very long time.
Mhm.
We just were stagnant. We were dormant in it. And he has ignited and activated that in us again. And it is a beautiful thing. Let me tell you something. 4 months ago, I came up with a concept for the Internet Family Reunion, which basically was just a meetup of everybody online who's a member of any type of internet auntie or uncle group. And the whole idea was we were going to meet up yesterday because Cam and Shador were going to finally lock it up and play against each other.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people said, nah, ain't nobody gonna show up for that. Ain't nobody gonna go to that. The tickets are too expensive. I mean, they came up with everything that they came up with. Unbeknownst to me, some things happened where I almost did not go. And my fellow aunties were like, no, ma'am, you're going. And we did. And let me tell you something. We went and we had an absolutely amazing time. And it didn't matter if Shador won or he lost. The fact of the matter is, he knew his internet family was in the building, that they got on planes, trains, and automobiles. And they came to Cleveland and they came to support him and his friend and brother, Cam. And it didn't matter which of the internet auntie uncle groups you was a part of. We got together and we had a blast. We had an absolute blast.
Yeah.
The chat is driving me crazy right now. I got a guy in here saying Gabriel was better in college. He obviously ain't never watched football because he would have. All you got to do is just check the stats. You heard her say Google is free. Go look up the stats. Stat wise, Dylan Gabriel wasn't even considered to be one of the top 10 quarterbacks. He
He's
just
doing
snuck in somewhere.
if anything, he's
Well, there
doing
always has to be there's going to be a protagonist and then there's going to be an antagonist to
Exactly.
every story. You got your
Yep.
good guy and you've got your
Mhm.
villain. Unfortunately, the assignment to dismantle and make Shador the villain and make
Yep.
Dylan Gabriel the savior or the superhero, it has now been completely discombobulated, and not of any doing of anybody except for the people who attempted to do it,
Mhm.
including the Dylan Gabriel camp. You said Shador was going to be the distraction. No, he's not the distraction, but Zoe and Dylan are. You said that Shador would not be able to be developed, that he wouldn't rise to the occasion. He has made 3.5 appearances and he has outperformed every other rookie quarterback who has had a full 11 weeks before him. Stats don't lie. Humans
And
have
he
opinions and feelings, but
and
stats don't lie.
he's number 7 out of since the Super Bowl era. He's the number 7 quarterback to ever do those numbers.
Here's the next thing. His work ethic is rivaled only by the men who have mentored and taught him. There is no one else that compares to that. So when you hear the uncles and the aunties and the cousins talking about Shador, we ain't talking about your feelings, okay?
At
It's
all.
facts over feelings here,
Yep.
okay? We are talking about the stats. He comes fully locked and loaded. And wherever he goes, the
Mhm.
program excels. We're
Yeah.
talking about a city that is based in blue collar working families. When I tell you, when I went to Cleveland, I'm like, Cleveland better not try to act like they don't want Shador Sanders in their city.
Look,
They need
it's so
all the razzle
split
dazzle
here.
that comes with them.
It's
It's
so split here. Like there's now when I say split, this is basically how it goes. Bless you, coach. This is how it
thank
goes. It's black people supporting him. There's a lot of white people supporting him. But what we have is this small group of
Mhm.
people that don't support him. And it's black and white, but it's fueled by white media that is hating on him. Like
No, they're not.
it started with what's his name, Coach Tony Grossi.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear. Let's
It
be
was
very clear.
gross.
They're not hating on Shador. What they are doing is they are cashing in on the antagonist narrative. There's a lot of money in sensationalism in the negative. If I can get on here and clickbait and rage bait, and we're standing in the stands yesterday. Okay, let me just tell you, we're in the stands yesterday, and there's a group of people who are ranting and yelling, "Fire Kevin." Okay.
Right.
Then the gentleman to the left of me, behind me, is telling people to shut the F up. So I turn around to him and I say, "You do know that Kevin Stefanski sucks, right?" And he says, "Yeah, he does. But what are we going to do?" Now, as a psych nurse, that was very telling. What you mean? What we gonna do? And I said to him, "We don't give a damn who is the coach as long as it ain't him."
Exactly.
So he's like, "Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing people say that." And I'm saying to myself, "Well, go home." I mean, I'm in another city. A girl can't just get out of pocket and start doing what she
Right,
do
right.
normally here at the house. But that's just to give you an excerpt of what you're dealing with. These people don't dislike Shador. He is
Oh
a
no,
wonder
oh
kid.
no, oh no. We
No,
go ahead, coach. Go ahead.
it's a few, like how Coach said, there's a few people that really don't like him and ain't cheering for him. And it is some within our community, and there's some, within the Caucasian community, and it's a mixed group. Like I
Yeah.
ran into people, like I ain't gonna lie, like one of my coworkers, he's a white guy, you know what I'm saying? He roots for Shador. You know what I'm saying? But then when you run into like others out in the street or whatever, you just having a casual conversation about sports, it's some that just don't like him.
So
It's
I'm
just
about to
don't
debunk
know.
what both of you all are saying.
Mhm.
They do not dislike Shador. I'm gonna tell you why I know they don't
Uh-huh.
dislike Shador. Because when we don't like something, we don't give it any attention at all. It doesn't phase us. We are not bothered. What their problem is it's not that they don't like him. They hate him because they ain't him. It is an age old systematic racism mindset that the
Mhm.
poorest of them will always feel like they are better if they are better than us. But if we show up doing better than them, now they're questioning it. Now it is a
Mhm.
problem because you can't legitimately say, I don't care if you're plaid, polka dot, blue, or Moroccan green. Shador Sanders is a talented football player. He is who he
True.
says he is. The next thing is you're mad because his father is Deion Sanders and he's rich. You're mad because he's 23 and he came to the NFL because he wanted to just play football, not because he needed your salary. He didn't need you to save his mama and his daddy and his grandma. You're mad because he has options, because his father has methodically and in time taught him the game, not only the game
Mhm.
on the field, he has taught him the game of life. He has prepared him to get in front of the world and speak eloquently, strategically, and intelligently. You are angry because he is assured of himself. He can look you in your face and check you and call you out when it's BS. That's what you're mad about. You don't dislike Shador. You're angry because you ain't him. You're angry because you ain't got it in you, and you know deep down in them dark places that only you see when you wash your tail and go to bed at night, you'll never be as good as him.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. So go ahead, coach. Get your point in real quick.
Shit, I mean, I just added my point. That was it. Like, I just know I heard it coming from both sides. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this white dude that I work with loves him, roots for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We talked about him today. So,
We don't
it's
like the KKK. Do we go to websites or to pages that the KKK have stuff?
No.
Do we
only if
show up
I'm
at
doing,
the do we show
only if
up
I'm doing
do we show up
research,
at
but
the
no.
do we
But
show up
look,
at the
no,
rally?
for real though, with the
No.
white media. So like, so there's a podcast this here. It's a real popular podcast show. It's called the Ultimate
Mhm.
Cleveland Show. I don't know if you've ever paid
They're
attention to
clowns.
it. Okay. So you watched it. So if you seen it today, Jay
Crawford.
Crawford. Crawford came out today. He had me so heated before this show because um G. Bush was out there and he was talking about, they say I'm Big Meech. He was talking about like, how are y'all feeling about it? So they was like, we're gonna go to you,
Mhm.
G. Bush. And he started talking all this stuff we all saying. Jay Crawford instantly came out there and said, but he lost. And I was like, you know what? This is making me so angry because if it would have been Dylan Gabriel putting up them numbers, because he's been fighting for Dylan Gabriel the whole season. So if Dylan Gabriel had the game that Shedeur had, it would have been the perfect setting. But because it was Shedeur, he's blaming it on the Shedeur supporters. You guys are making this worse than what it is. It's dangerous to do this. And the one thing that I can't stand is the whole, it's the Tennessee Titans. It's the Tennessee Titans. It's the Raiders. And I'm like, okay, do y'all not understand that the Raiders pressed the 11-2 Broncos yesterday? It was 24-17. They're still professional teams that have people playing, that get paid to play this game. The 1-11 Titans beat the 3-9 Browns. If they didn't care, they wouldn't have been fighting to win. So the fact that people are trying to change the narrative because it's Shedeur Sanders, that gets up under my skin.
So here's the deal: is Shedeur mad about that?
Oh, actually, you know what though? Shedeur has made comments to some of these people while he's been here.
They have made comments, but has it taken Shedeur off his mark?
No, not at all. And we don't expect him to.
Here's the thing: like I said, I've been to Cleveland, so let me tell you something. Them people over at the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, they're twits. And that's all they have. They're in mom's basement with their backdrop decor, and they're talking about things they have no idea. Cleveland has not had a winning program since Jim Brown and Bernie Kosar. So let's not even, okay, I won't take away from Joe Flacco a couple of years ago when he took them to the playoffs. You understand the lineage and the history of their team is a losing mindset. And unfortunately, we live in America. And in America, if it is white, it is right. And anything else, it can't be. It can't be. It couldn't be when it was the Tuskegee Airmen and they outflew and outperformed the other people in the military. It couldn't be when it was the Black nurses who saved this country from scourge and sickness. It couldn't be that the HBCUs are turning out all of the attorneys, doctors, and physicians. It can't be. So what they do is they get out here and they do this spin and they continue to dwell in these negative narratives. We don't care. We don't care. You can say what you want to say about Shedeur. We can see and we can hear and we can read. And in our community, we call a thing a thing. Now, with the Clear Mafia, they do this thing where they spin a tale and it can be an untruth and everybody is going to go for it.
Most definitely.
We dwell in. True. And I would say to you, gentlemen, I wouldn't give those people any of my energy. I live and dwell where my community thrives. And right now, we have a lot of nieces and nephews, sons and daughters who are outperforming the expectations of this hateful, divided world. They are doing things that we could only dream of. They are meeting, exceeding, and rewriting expectations every day. One day it was this, and the next day is something else. And we're good with that because that's what we come from. We are accustomed to over excelling just to be considered average. So when Shedeur breaks records in one game, we're like, all right, you did that. Mm-hmm. But that's what you do. That's your bloodline. That's your lineage. That's your DNA. And that is not to take away from any of the things that he's doing. I am just interested in changing the way that we as a community respond to these people. Because the Ultimate Cleveland Show, Mary Cabot, a DIDDY, and any of these other twit bots that have something negative to say, they only live and thrive because we give them the attention they feel they deserve. You're ignorant, you're dumb, you're shallow, you're jealous. What you're saying, it doesn't matter to us. We don't care. Because the thing of it is people can call you anything. It's what you choose to answer to that matters.
Very true. Very true. All right, Coach. I want you to grade Shedeur's performance.
To go into when you talked about somebody when Jay Crawford said, they lost.
Right.
The Browns lost. Shedeur won.
You know what I'm saying? Look, you just took my mind. Posted the same thing.
Okay.
My cousin literally just posted the exact same words.
Like the kid, the interception. He's trying to make a play. I don't even count that. Like it's counted on the stat sheets. He was trying to make a play. He knew he shouldn't have made the play. I like how he held himself accountable in his post game interviews. I like how he spoke. You know, he talked about his mistakes and talked about what he needed to get better at. That's what I love about the kid. And he always speaks life into his teammates, into the city. So overall, like I said, the Browns lost. Shedeur won. I got to give the kid right now. I'm gonna give him a solid A. That's the best game I've seen out of any quarterback for the Cleveland Browns
And
in
since
about 2 seasons.
1950. Since
Yeah,
1950. It's literally in the record
like,
book since 1950.
like I mean, 3 touchdowns passing, 1 running, and then your dumbass coach took you out on a 2-point conversions twice.
Yeah,
So,
that is blowing me because I don't understand
mhm.
how they thought that was okay. Like on I, I still don't understand. Like you would have been getting fired the moment you walked off the field because you blew that game. It was bad enough that the defense didn't perform. It was bad enough that special teams didn't come through. Shador literally put this game on his back,
Yeah,
and and I sat back and I see people making stupid comments like, how are y'all okay with quarterback putting up these numbers but they lost? Because it showed everybody he's exactly who we thought he was.
and
He's
like I
exactly
said,
who we thought he was.
like I said
But
before.
something that's at bigger play here, and this is where the women enter the chat. See, the men are talking about the performance and the stats, and we clearly understand why Kevin Stefanski is still there. You're talking about an organization that is on the cusp of getting the necessary votes they need to move forward with $1 billion stadium. They have a
Mhm.
franchise player in place already. And if you think that the Haslam Sports Group is not aware of the talent and the star power that Shedeur Sanders bring, you are highly
Ain't aware.
mistaken. I often tell my followers to pay attention to what they say. The Haslam Sports Group is not saying a lot, which lets me know they already know what they're working with. What's understood, we don't
Mhm.
need to speak on. So there's that. The
Yeah,
next thing is any coach in the NFL definitely has a clad tight termination clause in their contracts. And they do it. And it's smart. They do it because they understand the basis of them being there depends on the team that they are coaching. If they win,
Mhm.
it's all good. But if they lose, it's going to be me that's out of here. Now,
yeah,
add that to the fact that this is an organization that is on the cusp of building $1 billion stadium. They are finishing paying off their rendering debts to players that are not already on the team. The Haslam Sports Group is top heavy in finance. I wouldn't
Yeah.
dare put myself in further debt by trying to buy out Kevin Stefanski because anything relative to Kevin
He
Stefanski
do-
brings negative press to the team. We can do collateral damage on his dumb mistakes,
Mhm.
especially when we have Shedeur Sanders' performance to counteract it. Nobody today was talking about the fact that the Cleveland Browns lost. What they were talking about is how many records Shedeur Sanders broke. What they were talking about is teach me how to vote for him on this Pro Bowl because, yeah, he definitely deserves to go. What they were talking about is veteran star football players out their own mouths saying a young man in 3.5 appearances, only learning the first team's playbook 3 weeks ago, has outperformed every rookie quarterback in his class who has been playing the entire season. They all
Mhm.
have said, I can't rightfully say I would be able to do it. So nobody is really caring about Kevin Stefanski. Everybody is just biding their time. We're not going to the
Yeah.
playoffs. We know that. So we're focused on the things that we can control. Get on that Pro Bowl website and vote for Shedeur Sanders and LaJohntay Wester. We love the Colorado boys. They the
hey,
nephews. That's what
okay,
we focus
okay. So
Like
look,
on. Get our money
go ahead,
together.
coach. Go ahead, coach.
would like to comment off of what she said about being top heavy. That's one of the reasons why I said coach like he ain't like Stefanski and AB ain't going nowhere until that stadium is a year or two in that new stadium complete. Like they're not going in nowhere no time soon because like it goes into the finances. You're already paying Deshaun Watson's, and you got like right now we got one of the most expensive rosters in the league. So I know it. I knew like remember I told you, Coach, this season was a wash before it started. Like
You
they
did say
wasn't
that.
playing for
You did
nothing.
say that.
You know what I'm saying? And
But
I
even
believe
Deshaun Watson is not even in that. Is not even in that. The money that he was given, most of the money was guaranteed. That was liquid cash. They've given him that already. So
no,
the only other thing that they got to honor is what's on his contract.
yeah, that's what
So
I'm talking about on this contract. So
yeah,
like
so
if they
here's what I'm
cut
talking
him,
about where the women come in into the
okay.
chat because women take care of everybody that can turn
Hmm.
us off, come pick it up, or put us out.
Hmm.
What is the liability for this one right here? What will it cost me if he gets hurt? What will it cost
Hmm.
me if he just practices and is deemed healthy enough for me to trade him? Kevin Stefanski knows that. And the whole
Yeah.
idea of him dangling that out there is his sad, pathetic, narcissistic way. Andrew Barry and Jimmy Haslam have voluntold him with what's going on with Shedeur. He don't like it. So
Hmm.
he's going to interject his little temper tantrum antics here and there. I'll do wildcats. I'll take him out the game so he can't finish at the 2-minute mark. Let me tell everybody about Deshaun Watson. We don't give a damn about what you're talking about, mumble mouth. You and your little fun size protege. We don't care about none of that. Do what you want to do. It feels like Anna Mae and Ike when she was rehearsing, getting ready to go on her solo career. And Ike said, "What you think about that?" Anna Mae said, "I don't care, Ike. Do what you gonna do. I don't care. But I'm getting ready to go down here and entertain these people that came to see me." Kevin Stefanski, I know you didn't get the memo, honey, but let TT tell you. This is the legendary era. Berea is not your house anymore. This is about to be the house that Shedeur Sanders built. And you can either ride with it or you can get rolled over with it. Either way it goes. We don't give a damn. We don't.
All right, Coach, go ahead and finish your statement because I know you was into it.
No, no, I was just saying like as far as like we talk about like if you get rid of the shot, yeah, you're gonna face a dead cap. I know most of his money was given to him up front, but you still gonna have to pay. It's on the salary cap. So like I
Yes.
said, coach at the very beginning of the season, I already called this a wash. I even call even portions of next season a wash. I'm looking for them to really start putting everything together. Hopefully, it's about when they move it to the new stadium. That's when they want to hit the ground running. So they gonna build like you know what people say whatever they want to about AB. His draft pick this year, other than Dylan Gabriel, all of them panned out and all of them are doing what they're supposed to do. So I give them, you know what I'm saying? Like I think they building something. Add some pieces, lose some pieces. I think they'd be all right by the time that stadium is open.
All
They're
right.
gonna be winning
So
already.
real quick before because we got to get into week 14 in the NFL, but before we
Mm-hmm.
get into that, with this, keep it kind of a short response. But
Yeah.
one of the guys I used to coach with, he says this is not a race issue. Some people tend to forget that Dylan Gabriel is also a minority. What's y'all take on that?
We knew that already.
Yeah, and I don't think the beef is between Gabriel and Shador. I think it's more so for me. It's more so the media, the Cleveland media, and
In the
Shador. I
NFL?
don't. Yeah, NFL. I don't think this y'all tossing Dylan into it for no reason. For me, I don't even know why, but that's on.
Okay, so here's the deal on that, gentlemen. Dylan Gabriel is what you traditionally call white passing. I'll make this real clear.
Mhm.
Kevin Stefanski, Dan Lanning, and all three coaches that Dylan Gabriel played under, they all have a
Mhm.
common denominator. That's Jimmy Sexton. We know that.
Yep.
Stefanski comes from a family that has an issue.
Mhm.
They have an issue. His daddy had an issue with Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson is the Shedeur Sanders of his time. He didn't like the braids. He didn't like the money. He didn't like how well Bubba played and nobody could answer to it. That's why he's called the answer. And while we on it, let me just put this out here so people can stop. Tim McCarver is not Kevin Stefanski's grandfather. I know that rumor is going around. There's some creator on the internet that came with that. Tim McCarver is you have to
Come
debunk
on.
this stuff because our people get real busy and get distracted with the foolishness. Tim Carver don't have nothing to do with the Stefanski clan. Okay,
Oh
there's
boy.
that. Um, what I say for Dylan Gabriel, and I've said this since this started, and I agree with you, Coach. He didn't have anything to do with this. He was a sprinkled pawn that got thrown in the middle
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
of
Yep.
a power play between the head coach and the general manager. And unfortunately, he doesn't have the same kind of people around him that Shedeur has.
True.
And as we can clearly see, it has been a mess for that baby. And we can just, pray for him and hope
Mm-hmm.
that things will get better, because we were feeling for him till he opened his mouth and was shooting slugs at the
Yep.
Yeah.
nephew.
Yeah.
Now,
That's
we
very
ain't gonna
true.
wish you no bad luck, but it is what it is, homeboy. Now you got to step off the porch and run with the big dog by yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, that's facts though. I mean, you can't shoot shots and then not expect nobody to have responses to him. And that
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that he started getting, like his college coach who took the shot at them when they turned around and beat him. What was it, 2 years ago or whatever? So I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
is what it is. I look at Dylan Gabriel as the white passing as well, but at the same time, we know what he is. The thing of it is it's not about Shedeur and Dylan. It's about the NFL and how they've treated Shedeur from
Yeah.
Hmm.
day one, because Dion came out and said my kids will not play for such and such. And once they heard that, the whole league was in an uproar about it. Even though we're watching everything take place with Arch Manning, and Arch Manning Sr. is basically saying and doing the same exact thing with his son right now. So, with that being said, I want to transition into Week 14 in the NFL, Coach. And Manura, did you did y'all watch any of the games this weekend and see, like, besides the Browns game?
Oh,
I didn't
oh.
watch the games. I looked at highlights from the game, and my
Okay.
takeaway is the same thing I've been saying all season. Prior to Shador showing up and being able to play, this season got off to a very wonky start. There was no real dominant team. There
True.
was no consistent playing. We had a win here. We had some losses. We had some individual performers. But I've
Okay.
been saying this since Shador got drafted. Shador's presence on that field is going to make other players want to be great. And how I know that to be true is when they played against the Steelers and that player walked over there on the sideline and pointed at Shador and told them, put him in the game. And some people said that that was being disrespectful, and I had to correct them. That is the greatest honor you can be given, because this young man is telling the world that I don't want to just get out here and play against somebody I can run over. Put somebody out here who is going to challenge me, who is going to make me earn the right to call myself a champion. And it is evident in any of the games that you see. The after game is basically an after party of professional football players. We swapping jerseys, we linking
Mm-hmm.
up, we talking. The vets are coming over to Shador, giving him his props, thanking him for playing so well, wishing
Yep.
him well. I mean, in week 14, I am saying there is a shift, because everybody
Okay.
was talking about the Titans. The Titans played yesterday like they was in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That
They
is
ain't been
very
playing like
true.
that. They haven't been playing like that all season.
Okay.
They showed up and was ready to play. And I think that's going to be the rest of the season with the rest of the teams, not just those that go against the Cleveland Browns. Everybody is recognizing, okay, we got to get in our bag. We got to get
Yeah.
back to fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but any other game stood out to you, Coach?
I watched what was it, the Cowboys and Detroit.
Okay.
That one, because I don't never pick the Cowboys. I'm sorry, I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I watched it because just talking about coworkers. I remember we always do pick 'em
Right.
before the games. And I remember one of my coworkers like, yeah, I don't know if Detroit's DBs is going to be able to match up with CD Lambs and Pickens. And I always know, like, Pickens, he has the ability to be a great receiver, but something holds him back to just being a good receiver. And I know he's not consistent. He'll give you two good games and give you one bad one. And it just so
Yeah.
happened this was his bad one. So I know I didn't register a pick on that one
Okay.
at work, but in my personal pick, I picked Detroit, and I was happy. You know what I'm saying? Lions showed up. They played hard. They better give Jeremiah Gibbs his money. They better pay that man.
Oh, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then the Seahawks, love that game. Seahawks played out my,
You already know that's
jam,
my squad. You know
my
that's
Buckeye.
my
My Buckeye is the best receiver in the country. JSN, love
Yep.
him. Those was the real games that I paid attention to realistically. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So I'll run down. So Saints and the Bucks. Tyler Shuck actually stepped out of his shell. He led them to a victory. It was more on his feet than anything than his arm. So I mean, it was an impressive win. I was really surprised with Baker because like he's at that part of the season where you should be putting up them numbers and you kind of like you missing throws and stuff right now. So that was really interesting to me.
Because he's
Um,
hurt.
the Minnesota Vikings got killed. Um, that was a terrible game. The Chicago Bears, you know, we always watch Chicago because we got one of our players on the Chicago Bears
Yes,
team.
sir.
And they lost a close one. I was really disappointed in that. Miami Dolphins is slowly trying to show that they're
Come back.
relevant. Yeah, they beat the Jets. What other game stood out to me? The Colts. The Colts are falling apart now that Daniel Jones is done. The Colts are falling apart. They haven't been able to string together nothing, and for whatever reason, they went straight passing and have gotten away from the number one running game. And I don't understand
It's,
now.
it's funny that you mentioned the Colts because I just got an alert from Bleacher Report that they're bringing in Phillip Rivers.
So I saw something that said that Andrew Luck was coming in, and I was like, that can't be true.
Nah, they said they bringing back 44-year-old Phillip Rivers as a potential quarterback for the Colts.
I don't know. I don't understand that one. That is
Okay,
crazy.
gentlemen. This is why I keep saying the women have to come into the chat sometimes. Because if we leave y'all alone to do stuff by yourselves, this is the Farkle Narco Bull Dookie that y'all come up with. This is what I'm going to share with y'all. Prior to SHEDEUR'S Sanders being permitted to play, everybody was like this. We can breathe. He's not playing. Everybody now is like, uh-oh.
He
We
played.
didn't let this boy out here on this field. We got to get in our bag and we got to get busy. I promise you, going forward, not just SHEDEUR, you're going to see the rookies who are in his class. They're now going to step up. And they're going to step up because iron sharpens iron. Remember the energy that we saw during the rookie mini camps, how animated and how excited and involved all of the rookies were straight across the NFL. They had all of us hyped.
Right.
They were like, oh my God, the rookies are about to get out here and turn up. Then they benched SHEDEUR and everybody was like, well, maybe I really don't have to work that hard because Sanders is not coming in. They're doing a rat's job to Sanders, so we don't have nothing to worry about. Yesterday, I promise you, every general manager had a talk with their head coach and said, I don't know what y'all need to do, but Sanders is activated. Get your rookies in line. The draft that we anticipated happening, I think it's going to go a little different. And not just from the perspective of general managers, owners, and head coaches. Players watched what happened to SHEDEUR. Parents and college coaches and players alike, they didn't have some Zoom calls. And the Zoom calls went like this. SHEDEUR Sanders is football royalty. And he
right now he is, most definitely. Yeah.
He went 5th round, 144th pick. If you think you're going to just traipse into the draft and everything is going to be everything, you got another thing coming. Not to mention, he ain't on the bench anymore.
Exactly.
He ain't on the bench anymore.
Yeah.
And they are rallying a team around him. Now, just because everybody don't tell you what's going on don't mean it is not happening. That's not what that means at all. So please don't get comfortable. and think, because you ain't hearing from Andrew Berry, you ain't hearing a whole bunch of talk, and you hear everybody in Cleveland one side like this and one side like that. Again, this is the women in the chat. We like when people get busy about much of nothing. It allows us to work, do our
Yeah.
best work when you're not paying attention.
Oh yeah, but that's just the rumor of how Indianapolis is trying to fix their situation. So when somebody asked me to speak on the Kansas City Chiefs game yesterday, I mean, they're it's over. I mean, that's I don't know what else to say. It's over.
I'm gonna say this. I watched a little bit of that game, and that Texans defense plays with violence.
Oh,
They are very violent in every aspects of the defensive side of the ball. It just looked like, you know what it looked like? It looked like it was like a college team versus a freshman team in high school. Like that's how much they was hitting them people, man.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it might be over for the Chiefs, man. I ain't gonna lie. I need a break from them going to the
Every
Super Bowl.
dynasty comes to an end. I
Yeah.
Oh
mean,
yeah, most
they had a
definitely.
good run. They had
They
some good
did.
seasons. Now
It,
it's
I
time
mean,
to hand over the throne.
Yeah.
when I saw Travis, and that's a close one to me because obviously for coaching reasons. But when I watched him, he took a shot to the stomach on a pass that hit him right in his hands, and the ball floated around his head.
Yeah, got the
And what is
interception.
it, Al Shahir or whatever? He
Mhm.
intercepted the ball. I just looked. They just kept putting the camera on Travis' face, and I'm just looking at it. He just looked defeated. And
Yeah.
I think he's actually gonna hang it up after this season because he's in his last year anyway. But he just looked defeated, and I felt
Mhm.
bad for him obviously because I know him. But just sitting back, man, and just taking in that game. That's all I can give y'all on that on TikTok. Whoever asked me to speak of it, it's the reign is over with for the Chiefs. At least this year.
Mhm.
This year it's over with. Um, let's see. We got it. We running out of time, but we got a couple. We got another topic we want to get into. Now I don't know if y'all still here for the sports part, but we talk entertainment. We're gonna talk about the next thing that is hot. The
I
Diddy
can't believe you want
documentary.
to talk about this. But go ahead.
The
Go ahead.
Diddy documentary. Come on now. Like if y'all haven't seen it by now, I know you.
No, and I'm not gonna
Look,
watch it.
thank you.
I'm
I'm
not gonna
good.
watch it. I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all
I'm gonna tell
didn't
you why
watch
I
it?
am. No, I'm
No.
not. I'm
Oh
not, and I'm
my
gonna tell you why.
god.
Because as a psych nurse, I am here for the victims. I am here for the people who are picking up the pieces psychologically
No, I
and
Mhm.
feel that.
emotionally.
I feel
Um,
that.
I'm not gonna take anything away from the fact that 50 Cent is a master in capitalizing on sensationalism. He knows how to
Yes.
take a headline, he knows how to take a rumor, a story, a situation, and turn it into profitable gold. So I will give him his props there. Now, as our community is continuing to advance itself and push forward, I don't see anything in that documentary that is going to catapult any of us better. We got enough who shot John and how he died. And let's be very clear, the information that was disclosed on that was ridiculous. So no, I'm not watching that.
So I will tell you. Now, Coach, I used to do the music and stuff. So
Yeah.
it was real interesting watching this because the one thing that really stood out to me is like I knew a lot of stuff, but it was some things that I just didn't know. The one thing
Mhm.
is how the East and West Coast rivalry really took place. Everybody was thinking that it was about Suge Knight coming to the Source Awards and making that statement about if anybody want to, be on a record label where the record exec is not all in your videos and
Mhm.
all of that other stuff. It was real interesting because that is what we've thought for the longest time. Now, the thing that
Not
was
those of us
so
that knew the truth.
so but the thing is they explained what really took place.
Mhm.
Diddy had Suge and one of Suge's friends like outside behind a club or whatnot, and I don't know who Diddy's guy was. I guess he was like an ex-police officer or something. But he had Suge's dude by the neck, or somebody was holding him, or whatever the deal was. And the dude went just like this and shot the dude 5 times in front of Suge. It was Suge's boy. That's what started the East Coast West Coast rivalry. A lot of people didn't know this, and
Hmm.
and,
Mhm.
and I was close to a lot of stuff in hip hop, so I was really surprised when I heard that story because yeah, that would spark some stuff. The
Yeah.
other thing that was really shocking was he made Big pay for his own funeral. That in
See,
itself was crazy.
that ain't shocking to me
I was
because
gonna say,
of,
why would that be shocking to you?
yeah,
The
of
manner
now,
in which he treated his artist told us everything we needed to know.
yeah, like just going back through all the stuff from I heard from his previous artists, that didn't come out to be shocking to me. But the reason why I didn't watch it is because like I love 50. That's my dude. I love him.
He is petty
You know
as
what
he
I'm saying?
comes.
He petty as a mug, man. But I ain't gonna lie, I just had my run of Diddy, man. It's over. Let's move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I just didn't
When
see the
Mace
point
left,
of it.
when Mace left the camp, that was a telling.
Mhm.
That was a
Yeah.
telling, very telling that something was wrong.
Yeah,
And
Hmm.
unfortunately, when things like this happen, everything we want to know, it's right in our faces. We
Yeah.
yeah,
just choose, especially in our community, we will turn a blind ear and eye to the crimes of people that we look up to and we hold in certain positions just because of their status and their
Hmm.
yeah,
money. But the people that work for him, those were people's sons, daughters,
Oh yeah.
mothers, sisters,
mhm,
brothers. And something my mama used to say all the time, you keep saying you didn't do anything wrong, but everybody keeps saying you're doing the same thing. It's one of you,
yeah,
and it's a whole lot of them, and they all
yeah,
saying the same
Hmm.
thing. So
yeah,
maybe you did do something.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
I get it. I just like I said, I thought it was interesting. I get what we're saying, but I think what is so powerful about this documentary is that it literally shines light on the fact that Kim Porter, Craig Mack, Tupac, Biggie, all of these people were possibly unalived by Diddy. And
Yeah.
that's
So.
the I think that was the main purpose of 50 doing this to be like, I ain't telling, but I'm telling type of a
Mhm.
situation. So he
Mhm.
was like, I'm gonna put that out there so we can put that buzz out there and let y'all know what's really going on.
Well, here's the news flash and the plot twist. The streets always knew.
Oh yeah.
We
Oh
are-
yeah.
we always knew these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, we live in America,
Yeah.
and Sean Combs is affiliated and associated with some very powerful people who
Yep.
have the ability to make certain things not exist, even when you're looking at it dead in the face.
Dead in the
Mhm.
face.
So, for that reason alone, the content of 50's documentary may be very telling, it may be very
Mhm.
revealing, but I know as someone who deals with the psychological and the mental health of other people,
Mhm.
we got enough stuff
To worry about.
that this one here doesn't. Okay, so you're telling us the truth, but me and you, what do we do with that information? Does
So
it
it's
undo the
already
things
knew.
that he's done to people? Will it bring
That,
back the people that are unalive?
nah,
And
that's true.
and
That's
I'm
true.
not I'm not in no means sporting any shade towards anybody who watched it or they want to watch it. I
Right.
just would like for us to have an alternate perspective on things and focus on how much of our mental power we subside when we start listening or feeding into those things, because when you ingest things you begin to feel, you're thinking about it,
Yeah.
you're now focused on those things. But where
Yeah.
were we when a biracial black woman, Cassie, stood up and told you the horrors of what she was doing. We
Mm-hmm.
Right.
attacked, we villainized her. We turned her into a gold digger and a whore who just didn't get enough money. But we're willing to understand 50 Cent's documentary about P. Diddy. Fuck him.
I feel it. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to this last topic before we get to our end segment. Because we're already at our time, but we're gonna go over a little bit. Marjorie Taylor Greene is fearing for her life now.
Are you
Coach,
serious?
coach, no, coach. I'm coach. You gotta take this one.
I don't give two flying monkey fucks at this point in time in my life. Welcome to anybody. Welcome to the world of anybody who spoke out against MAGA or Trump. Welcome to the world of being a black person. Damn near. I don't care. I don't care. I really
Really?
don't care. I don't give two
She
damn.
made the topics. That's amazing. that's that's diabolical, is what that is. Because as a black card carrying member of the 92%,
Mhm.
we don't give a fuck. Baby, we did our job. We told you. We
Yeah.
went to the polls. We rallied. We warned you. You got up in
Mhm.
front of God, all 12 disciples, and you desecrated Kamala
Mhm.
Harris, Madam Vice President. You
Yeah.
disrespected Jasmine. You talked about AOC and everybody else. See, the problem is you're not fearing for your life, you're fearing for your way of life. So you
Yep.
used to live in a world where you could open your mouth and you could say all kinds of vitriol and venom,
Yeah.
and people would get excited and they would cheer for you. And
Yeah.
now you're not the token MAGA doll anymore. I
Mhm.
do believe people can change. And if you have changed, good for you. But you said some things that have created some madness and pain for people that can't be undone. See, you're
Yeah.
fearing for your life, but where was that same fear when you were supporting people being ripped out of their cars and their beds in the middle of the night? Where was
Yeah.
that same fear when people are at the airport trying to get home and they can't come into the country because you and your cronies decide who fits in and who gets to sit with the cool kids? Where was
Yeah.
that fear when you made certain that Doge went in there and ripped us all off in the name of finding waste? Girl, bye. Go get
Mhm.
you some Clairol number 5 bleach. Go color your hair. Go do what y'all do, whatever it is y'all do when y'all not tearing up shit. We don't give a damn. You fearing for
Okay.
your life. I'm a black woman in America. I fear for my life and everybody that look like me every time I go outside my damn door. Bitch, please.
Mhm.
Welcome to the party.
I thought it was
Pretty much.
interesting and funny because I saw them interview Donald Trump and they asked him about her and they said Marjorie Taylor Greene and he was like, "You mean Marjorie Trader Green?" And he was just like, ain't nobody thinking about her, don't nobody care about her. I was just like, there you go, you banished. So it is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay.
Exactly. All right. So this brings us to the last part of our show, which
Mhm.
is our favorite subject or our favorite segment, I should say.
I think I've been doing it the whole show, but okay, here we go, boys and girls. Let's do it.
So it is time to get it off your chest. I'm gonna let you go. We're gonna keep it short, but
I
I'm
will.
gonna let you go ahead.
Okay. This is one thing I will say to the community that is listening and watching. Turn down the volume of the madness and the noise and turn up the visual. Pay attention to things. Don't be misguided by all of this bullshit and distraction. It is done purposely to take you off your target. It's a lot of people that don't like how we look and they don't like the success that comes with us. Remember that and guard it. It is precious. It is valuable. Know if they're trying to destroy it and take it away, it's not because they don't want it to be there. They just want it to be in their hands.
Okay,
Mm.
coach.
Well, it's funny that she's here because I was planning on talking about strong black women. You know what I'm saying? I was going to take a little detour from our usual politics and sports and my get off your chest and go strong black woman route. And the reason why I went that route, and glad she's here, but other reason why I went that route, like just seeing like a Jasmine Crockett step out and go for, she's running for senator of Texas. You know what I'm saying? To see Michelle Obama and see all these other strong black women out here in the world doing their thing. And it brought me to my lady. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't ever like, you know what I'm saying? Like she be right like 99.9% of the time, but I don't even want to give her credit. But she's very smart, man. She's very intellectual. She goes to things that's like she always is in the business of wanting to learn more and do more, and she's very active, man. She wants like she told me like if we was ever get some money or get rich, she wanted to get into philanthropy and do stuff like that and donate to charities. I'm saying this because I watch a comedy skit. It's Country Wayne, and on one of his skits, he talked about this girl that he's dating. He said she's 90s fine. And I asked my coworkers this at one day at work, like, what dude is 90s fine to y'all president?
Baby.
So
A time was had. Let me tell you that.
in saying that, I have to say my 90s fine woman is my woman because she don't need no makeup. She don't need nothing. She's just fine as who she is, man. Like, so I just had to give her a little shout out, man. That's really into all the other 90s fine women, meaning that's y'all out here, y'all bosses, y'all taking care of business, y'all taking care of the household, y'all holding it down every which way possible, man. Love y'all, keep doing y'all, and don't let nobody get y'all off y'all pedestal where y'all supposed to be at the top. Keep striving. And this like I told you, Coach, I don't remember you ever. If you don't remember me ever saying this, I'm gonna say this now, man. A black woman is gonna save the world from itself, and that's it.
You said that. You said that during when Kamala was running for president. You did say that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, don't get it
So
twisted, gentlemen. We are only as good as we are because we have you all. And I know oftentimes they try to separate it. That black
Mm-hmm.
women are just strong and black men are da 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 da. No, it is. We are interdependent of each other. We are
Yes, ma'am.
great because there are those of you that stand in the cut and protect us. You provide for us. You lift us up. You carry us even when we can't carry ourselves. So whatever greatness is in our community, whether it is black women being strong and standing in the gap, or black men doing the same, it's one band, one sound.
Yes, ma'am.
like that. All right. So all right. Here's my thing. I'm going back to the moving the goalpost thing. And the only reason why is because as I spoke last week, my son be trying to rage bait me with this stuff too. And the thing that irritates me is that I don't like the moving of the goalpost aspect because I think you're trying to downplay the capabilities of this young man. And you don't set the same standards for Jackson Dart or Tyler Shuck. Everybody's talking about how good Tyler Shuck is. Now, I know when Shedeur played against Baltimore, everybody had something to say about him when he didn't even have no reps. When he played against the Raiders, it was, oh, it's just the Raiders. So
Mm-hmm.
then when he plays against 49ers, I hear, oh, see what happens when you playing against a losing team? And people don't seem to understand is that Sanders still kept everybody in the game. It was Stefanski once again. So and that was against a legit defense.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're talking about um, the Titans, and now everybody wants to try to move the goalpost. Now, first oh, they're playing the Raiders as a losing team. So now it's the Titans, and it's like, but he lost. He didn't. And y'all just keep on moving the goalpost saying that he's not capable of doing this, even though the stats and the records show differently. So I'm not quite clear or understanding why we got to keep doing this and keep trying to play this game like we don't understand football. Like we're not seeing it happen on the field right in our face. I that Jay Crowder, that's Crowder, right?
Jay Crawford. Crawford.
Crawford. Crawford. I don't He he really got up under my skin with that shit because When Dylan Gabriel was out there, he had every little praise possible. Oh, we kind of hard on him. Oh, like all of this stuff. You saw Shedeur do some stuff that a quarterback has not done in the Browns organization since 1950, and your response is they lost. They lost a shit ton of games before this.
Yes.
So now we just gonna take his performance and act like it didn't happen. So that just gets up under my skin, man. That's just something I really need to get off my chest because I can't tolerate how the white media does Shedeur. Everybody got all these excuses. And it's not completely all because I was really surprised Adam the Bull actually spoke positive. And I was really ready for him to say something negative. He
Yeah.
actually spoke
Me too.
positive. So I'm just really fed up with the moving of the goalposts. And stop playing in our face like we don't know what we're watching. We're seeing it just like you're seeing it in 4K. So that's just it. That's what I had to say. All right, y'all. This brings us to the end of our show. I want to thank our guests,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Manira, Manira,
Manera.
right?
Manera.
I'm sorry. I got it.
We're
Manira.
fine, sweetheart.
Okay. Okay. So I want to thank you for joining us. Like I said, I've been watching your content, and I was like, I got to get her on the show. And so,
Good
and I
job.
saw you popped in our comments last week, and I said, "Yep, I got her." I was like, "I'm gonna get her this time." So I'm glad. I want to thank you so much for joining us. I want to thank everybody on.
Well, thank you for having me and the rest of the aunties. We've
Yes,
we've
you brought
enjoyed
the
ourselves.
aunties out. I
Yes.
love it. You brought the aunties
We one band,
out.
one sound, baby. Don't play with us. We one band, one sound.
Hey, and they came because look, like for real, I love seeing when women know sports. They're not like,
Yeah.
oh, the guy just looks good in those tight pants. Like y'all come with. I love the details, the
Mhm.
analytics, everything. So I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. So once again, I want to thank you. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, go to Psych Nurse Diva on TikTok. Follow her page. She drops jewels about the Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders. If you didn't know better, you would think this was her son. For real. Like so y'all gotta,
But
I'm
here's
telling
the
you, go watch
kicker.
her
Here's the
stuff.
kicker. It's thousands of other aunties out there. If you
I
go to
believe
their
it.
page, it's the same thing.
Hey, so I like I said, I thank you again. We would love to have you on again.
Yeah,
Anytime.
definitely.
Anytime.
Oh yeah. With that being said, I'm your host Doss, my man Coach Shot, with our guest Psych Nurse Diva. Go follow her. All right,
Thank you,
y'all.
gentlemen, and happy holidays.
Happy
Same to
holidays.
you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yo, she funny.